asked me, why the heck did you move to Utah from Maui? And a huge reason was medical. Since 2018, I had been dealing with a wound on my sacrum area that was not healing at all. And there were periods where it would get really bad. It looked like it was getting better and then worse again. And just dealing with the doctors in Hawaii, they had no idea what to do or how to treat it. They kept calling it a pressure wound, but the way it started wasn't syncing with normal pressure wounds, but the lack of healing was. So we were dealing with a lot of different things, tests and doctors, and just no one really knew what was going on. So I finally got to Utah and they ran some tests and realized that I had osteomyelitis, which is an infection of the bone. And so that was making it really clear why the skin couldn't heal, because I was doing like stem cell therapy and it looked like the skin was healing, but the wound kept coming back. Like it would like heal and come back, heal and come back. And they were like, this infection is in your bone and it's trying to get out. And that's really what now we've got a deeper issue here. They realized that from an MRI. So they started me on heavy doses of antibiotics. This was October last year that this was finally realized, and when the treatment was happening. So like 4 years. And so the 3 years, I should do my math. Anyways, I digress. So now I'm confused. Okay, so antibiotics and hyperbaric oxygen therapy. So the antibiotics that I was on was super heavy doses. What they realized was that there was staph and MRSA that was the infection. And the doctors kind of looked at me like, you should be so much more sick than this. The fact that you're of hyperbaric oxygen therapy. You have to go in this tube for 2 hours a day. During this time, you can't bring anything with you. I couldn't wear makeup. If you guys remember watching my stories a lot last year, I couldn't even wear my lashes. Some people were like, what is going on? And I really just wanted to go through this process and heal without having the pressure of sharing it with social media. So only really my tight friends and family knew what was going on. So I also started doing a lot of research around the acidity in our body and how the acid is from what we eat as well as the stress. So for me, I decreased as much stress as possible. I really wasn't working a whole lot. I was taking care of Charlie. You know, I was doing my hyperbaric oxygen while he was at school, which was really convenient, but I really just de-stressed my life. And then I got all the acid all out of my diet as well. Stopped drinking coffee. I just got all the acid out, and I tried to get my body as alkaline as possible. So if you are dealing with any kind of wound or anything that is not healing, I highly recommend taking a look at your acidity. Not was such a testament to how well I was treating my body. So that is key, you guys. You got to always take care of yourselves. And then also, you know, on top of the antibiotics, they said we're going to do almost 2 months straight and getting your body alkaline. And then also decreasing the stress. So I think really, truly, what came to be the kicker for healing it was that the entire time I was doing this hyperbaric oxygen, I spent 60 hours in the tube over the course of 2 months. Every single day, 2 hours a day, drove up downtown to the U. So it was like 3.5, almost 4 hours with travel and everything. But the entire time I was in the tube, the full 2 hours, I was listening to Joe Dispenza healing meditations, specifically his walking meditation. And I visualized so much. I visualized my body working together. I visualized my bones regenerating. I visualized my skin regenerating. And I also visualized, I literally got this picture in my mind where I would pull the infection out of the wound. And for hours at a time, I saw this like tarry, gunky, ropey kind of substance that I would visualize pulling out. For hours, I would just visualize like like sending all infection to this tarry rope so it could like stick onto this tar, and I would visualize pulling it out of the wound on my sacrum. And I got such incredible visuals. I got lightness in my body. I felt the energy pathways and meridians reconnecting. I got sensation back on the bottoms of my feet. I got sensation and movement in my hip, like side benefits. But also about 6 weeks into it, they did a second MRI to see how things were going. And they called me and they're like, the infection is completely gone from the bone. 6 weeks. It is completely gone from the bone. It's gone. Within a couple weeks after that, the skin had healed up nicely. There was no more drainage from it. It healed up. Obviously, it's still really tender, and there's been moments where I've been too rough on it. So now, like, they say that it takes about 18 months for that skin to be as strong and healed as it was before. So it's like you're not out of the woods after that. You have to still be really, really careful. But it healed up, and I think of that time, those 2 months and this wound, as the biggest gift. It was such a gift to turn off life for 2 months and to go into what I called my meditation chamber and just connect with my body and connect with my thoughts, my mind, my soul. It was beautiful, and to heal.